Okay, today we're going to add some cute little ears to the Enchantments hoodie. So this would be starting with step 8 in the instructions of the kids file, where you've already added your raglan sleeves and assembled the hood. You've prepped your hood band, and now before we attach the hood band, we're going to add some little ears. So I tried a couple different sizes that I cut out on paper. I tried this on my daughter to see where I liked the ears. And so I marked those with little pins. And then I'm ready to cut out the ears. I just want to note that whatever size you want the ears to be, make sure you add your seam allowance, because if I did it this size, they'd end up too small. So I've got my ear cut out. You can see it's about a little over 2 inches wide on the bottom and about 3 inches long on either side of the triangle. This is perfect for using up scraps. I've got this stretch velvet that I'm going to use for the front of the ear, and then some sweatshirt fleece that I'm going to use for the back. And I'm adding a seam allowance as I go. If you are prone to forget this, then I would retrace this with your seam allowance added before you start cutting. Now you're going to place the earpieces right sides together and sew around both of the longer sides. Leave the bottom open so you can turn it right side out. Okay, I've sewn around the top parts of my ears. Let's turn them right side out. Now let's sandwich them between our hood and the hood band. So whatever the back side of your ear is, you want that to be touching your hood piece. Go ahead and pin or clip it in place. And I kind of eyeballed this, but if you want to get out your measuring tape and make sure that they're the same distance, you could do that. But I don't have time for that. So we're getting what we get. Now we'd be following step 8 in the directions and attaching the hood band. So line up the middle seam of the hood band with the center seam of the hood. And then replace your pins or clips. You're not really stretching the band at the top here. I'm back, just had to get some more clips. So this is where you might want to stretch the band a little more towards the bottom. So now we're going to sew through all of the layers here, attaching the band, the neckline, and you're gonna have 6 layers at the ears, but that's the only part. So if you want to baste this on to make sure it doesn't shift, that would not be a bad idea. We've got the band attached, and you'll notice that when you have this, they want to flop forward. So what we're gonna do is just run this through the sewing machine, just a teeny line at the bottom here that will help tack it down and keep it from flopping forward. Alternatively, you can use a needle and thread and hand sew just a small tack. Just one little row of stitching. You could use a matching thread so it's even less noticeable. But I did about 1/2 inch of stitching into the ear through all the layers. And now it stands up nicely.